Welcome back to the Final Takeaway audio podcast. We're back in Georgetown, Guyana for a quick update on the delay in the appointment of the leader of the opposition. The We Invest In Nationhood party, WIN, held a democracy protest outside Parliament today, calling for the responsible officials to officially confirm or appoint its leader, Azruddin Mohamed, as the leader of the opposition. A larger group than the last one turned up to support WIN in its call for democracy. We're going to tell you what WIN says. You're also going to hear from the party leader, Azruddin Mohamed, in addition to a few words from members of the party. Supporters chanted, "No more delay," as they call on the Speaker of the National Assembly to initiate the necessary procedure for appointing the leader of the opposition. The biggest question in everyone's mind is why? What's causing the delay in the appointment of the leader of the opposition? The answer depends on who you ask. Speaking to the media today, Mohamed said, "The government is willfully and intentionally delaying the process because they're afraid that he will hold members and officials of the People's Progressive Party accountable."
We cannot allow the Speaker to delay the process of calling the meeting to elect the leader of the opposition. He's on vacation, I think. I don't know where he went, but I heard the President said he's out of the country. But we have a Deputy Speaker. How long are we going to keep the country in a limbo from electing the leader of the opposition? Why are they so scared of me? Because why? They know that I hold them accountable every second of the day. But they are scared. That is why they don't want me to be the substantive leader of the opposition, because they are scared of me, because they know that I unite all races. They know I have support from all races in this country. So this is the problem, and they know that I will continue to hold them accountable every minute of it.
Supporters of WIN and those that are interested in democracy believe that this is a delay tactic that is politically driven. On the other side of things, if you ask the government, they will tell you a different story. The bottom line is, the government has to believe that it is okay to delay this process, that it is okay to deny the opposition the chance to function in its constitutional role. Remember, in a democratic state, which Guyana identifies as, governance include the ruling party and the opposition. The function of the opposition is as important as the governing party. So far, no one can say with any degree of certainty when the opposition leader will be officially appointed. That means that until then, citizens representing the opposition are being disenfranchised, and they call this a democratic state. The office of the leader of the opposition is a constitutional office, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this has to be the first time in the history of Guyana as an independent and democratic state that there is no leader of the opposition for such a long time. It's been 3 weeks, going on 4 weeks, since the office of the leader of the opposition is vacant, following the resignation of the previous opposition leader, Aubrey Norton. Norton resigned on November 3, 2025, to make way for Azruddin Mohamed to be appointed leader of the opposition. But now we have a cat and mouse game going on. In fact, we're told that the Speaker of the National Assembly may be out of the country, may be on vacation, and there is no telling when he'll be back. Allegedly, we have not confirmed that information. But what I will tell you is that the formal appointment of the leader of the opposition is not rocket science. In fact, it's a very simple procedure. 1, 2, 3 steps, ABC, punto final. So one has to ask, is there an ulterior motive here? The procedure, in a nutshell, involves the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mansour Nadir, or someone acting in his capacity, will call a meeting for the members of Parliament, the non-governmental members of Parliament, which would be the members of Parliament of the We Invest In Nationhood party. He will call a meeting to allow the MPs to elect Mohamed as the leader of the opposition. Right after that, Nadir will notify the president, Irfan Ali, that the elections process is completed, whether he has to make a call or send a text message or send a formal letter to the president, this wouldn't take more than 24 hours. At that point, the president will schedule a time and place to formally appoint Mohamed as the leader of the opposition. It is that simple. There is no need for bureaucratic red tapes. So having no justification, no explanation, no real reason why there's a holdup only leaves people to speculate. On that note, let me read you a statement published by WIN on its social media. Quote, the leader of the We Invest In Nationhood party, Mr. Azruddin Mohamed, alongside WIN parliamentarians, family, and supporters, showed up this morning in an even larger and more determined show of resistance outside the Parliament building to protest the Speaker of the House, Manzoor Nadir's deliberate and undemocratic refusal to convene the sitting to elect a leader of the opposition. WIN stands in solidarity with every Guyanese who is rising up to defend democracy, which is being openly trampled by the PPP dictatorship that fears accountability and continues to reject the will of the people. End quote. That is pretty much straightforward. WIN and its supporters are doing what they feel is the democratically correct thing to do in this situation, which is to bring the protest to Parliament. Speaking of which, some supporters carry some interesting placards, some of which I'll read for you very quickly. One says, "No more excuses. No more delays. Do your job, Manzoor Nadir." I believe the woman holding this sign, this placard, is the sister of Azruddin Mohamed. Next, we have another bold supporter with her placard, which reads, "Manzoor Nadir is a crook." Okay, you can dissect that. Right here in the crowd, I think there's a person holding a placard in the back that says, "Manzoor Nadir is a PPP stooge." Then there is this placard that reads, "Manzoor Nadir, shame on you, call the meeting now." And this lady, who I believe is Dawn Hastings, one of WIN's member of parliament, her placard says, she's holding it with someone else, so I'm not sure whose placard this is, but they're both holding this placard, which reads, "Manzoor Nadir, serve the people, not Jack Dio." And last but not least, we have this placard that reads, "We will always stand with AZ," which is Azruddin Mohamed, for those of you who don't know what AZ means. That is what his supporters call him, AZ. So that says it all as far as what's in the minds of the supporters and how they feel about the government delaying the process, this constitutional process, to officially install the leader of the opposition. This is a developing story. We're going to continue to bring you more updates. As you may know, if you've been following Azruddin Mohamed for the past year or so, he and his father have been indicted by the United States, and they're now facing extradition to the US to face 11 federal criminal charges. There is a belief that the government is stalling his appointment as leader of the opposition in order to frustrate the process, to delay the process, to drag it out, to buy time for him to be extradited, which they probably believe is the easy way out. Like I said, without any formal statement from the government, the public is left to speculate.